Good afternoon and welcome to the afternoon brief on Diaspora Digital Media, where we bring you the latest headlines from around the nation. My name is Emmanuel, and today's top stories touch on key developments in Nigeria's oil sector, university funding challenges, and more. Let's get started. At the summit organized by the Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria, Aliko Dangote, president of the Dangote Group, made a bold call to the federal government. He stated that Nigeria must stop mortgaging its crude oil resources and prioritize domestic refineries. Represented by Group Executive Director Mansour Ahmed, Dangote highlighted that while other countries like Norway are securing their future by investing oil proceeds into national wealth funds, Nigeria risks spending its future earnings prematurely. He emphasized that while ensuring a stable crude oil supply to local refineries like the recently operational Dangote refinery is vital for the nation's energy security and economic stability. In a related news, the federal government announced that a consortium of South Korean investors has concluded plans to build 4 refineries in Nigeria, each with a capacity of 100,000 barrels per day. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Henekino Lokobri, confirmed this during the same summit, noting that the government has created an open environment for foreign investors to participate in the country's energy sector. The development aims to improve Nigeria's refining capacity and address the persistent fuel scarcity issue. On Tuesday, the Senate urged the federal government to increase budgetary allocations for federal universities in the 2025 budget, in a bid to address the growing brain drain in Nigeria within Nigeria's higher education system. The motion, sponsored by Senator Anthony Ani, emphasized the alarming trend of lecturers leaving the country for better opportunities abroad, as Nigerian universities struggle with inadequate staffing. Senator Ani noted many institutions in Nigeria operate with less than 50% of the required academic staff. He further pointed out that lecturers' remuneration, which has remained stagnant for over 15 years, is one of the lowest globally. Senate President Godswill Akpabio echoed concerns about the exodus of professionals, particularly in critical sectors such as healthcare and education, promising that steps will be taken to curb the problem. In a significant shift on the oil market, major oil marketers will begin a direct purchase of petrol from the Dangote Petroleum Refinery starting this week, as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) pulls out as the sole off-taker of the product. This decision marks a strategic move away from petrol subsidies, with industry insiders indicating that this development could also signal an increase in fuel prices across the country. While the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has yet to officially confirm new pricing, oil marketers suggest this transition reflects the government's aim to reduce its expenditure on fuel subsidies, which has been a costly endeavor, particularly with the 236 billion naira estimated monthly subsidy on imported petrol. Now to political matters. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has accused Rivers State Governor Similai Fubara of defying a court judgment. Wike, during an interview with Channels Television, expressed concern that disregarding judicial rulings could lead to chaos and lawlessness in the country. He criticized Fubara for publicly stating that he would not comply with a court ruling regarding police security for local government elections in Rivers State.
When there's violence, when there's instability, it is for you to ask question. What has led to that violence? What has led to instability? What has led to destruction? If at all, it's very key. I've said, I was a governor. I've always obeyed the rule of law. You heard the governor said that our state is turning to a state of anarchy where people do not obey the rule of law, where people do not obey the rule of law. What is obeying rule of law? You must respect. You must obey the judgment of court. You must not take the law into your hands. It doesn't matter how you see that judgment. The moment you don't obey court judgment, you're inviting anarchy. You're inviting violence. Was that destruction done before now? Shall we leave your phone and listen to me?
I'm listening to you. I need to go through my
Now,
question line.
the point we are making is that a governor came out on national television, not local television, to tell the world, I will not obey court judgment.
Did he say that?
Yes. In fact, to crown it all, he said there was no way in the judgment that the court said the letter should not hold. He went as far as to say, I do not need police before I conduct an election. I do not need security agencies before I conduct an election. I don't need the protection of life and property. When somebody says, I don't need police, what are you saying? I'm inviting violence. Hoodlums will take opportunity. Saying police will not be involved.
But it seems that you are misinterpreting what the government
Not
said.
misinterpreting.
Yeah.
No, not misinterpreting. You heard him say, I do not need police before I conduct election.
Because they withdrew police from the house here.
Fine. What is the function of police? What is the function of state security? To provide security so that hoodlums cannot take advantage and do bad. And you are saying, you can go. I don't care about it. I don't care about it. In that case, who is the perpetrator of that violence? Who?
Are you blaming the governor for the violence that...
It is not about blaming. Governor is the architect of the violence.
Moving over to the world of sports, former Barcelona and Spain legend Andres Iniesta announced his retirement from football at the age of 40. At a press conference in Barcelona, Iniesta, who scored the decisive goal for Spain in the 2010 World Cup final, expressed his gratitude to fans and hinted at his future in coaching. The midfield maestro leaves behind a storied career, having won 9 La Liga titles and 4 Champions League trophies with Barcelona. Now moving over to the world of entertainment, Nollywood star Lateef Adedimeji was left in tears after his wife Adebimpe threw him a surprise party to celebrate the release of his new film, Lisabi. The actor shared the emotional moment on Instagram, thanking his wife for organizing the surprise under the pretext of attending a watch party for the movie. Finally, in trending news, singer and social media personality Speed Darlington has been released from police custody. Activist Deji Adeyanju confirmed the release late Tuesday, thanking fellow activist Omoyele Sowore and lawyer Stan Aleke for their efforts. Speed Darlington was detained following a complaint filed by Grammy Award-winning artist Burna Boy. Though the details of the complaints remain unclear. Social media erupted with support for Speed Darlington, and now he's back with his fans. That's all for today's edition of the Afternoon Brief. Stay tuned for more updates on these developing stories, and join us tomorrow for another comprehensive roundup of the news that matters to you. My name is Emmanuel Chuma Onwoku, signing off, and as always, stay informed and stay connected. Goodbye.